Hello and welcome. You're watching India Ahead with me, Neha Khanna. Should we consider mixing COVID vaccines in India? Why do we ask? On Thursday, the government of India said it was looking to mix and match vaccine doses on a trial basis. Dr. V.K. Paul, a member of Niti Aayog and the head of the National COVID Task Force, told the media, and I quote, "As per the protocol, stick to the same dose of vaccine as the first one. But in case people are getting different doses, there is no cause for concern. It is safe. We are in fact thinking about mixing and matching vaccine doses on a trial basis." Dr. Paul was addressing questions about a recent incident in Uttar Pradesh's Siddharthnagar district where at least 20 villagers received mixed shots of Covishield and Covaxin at a government hospital. Of course, this happened by mistake, and once the media reported it, an inquiry was promptly ordered. But now, the comments made by the government's top advisor have stirred a debate on this entire issue. Interestingly, a Spanish study on mixing COVID-19 vaccines recently found that giving a dose of the Pfizer vaccine to people who had already received the AstraZeneca vaccine as their first jab is highly safe and effective. Now, the CombiVac study run by Spain's state-backed Carlos III Health Institute found that the presence of IgG antibodies in the bloodstream was between 30 and 40 times higher in people who got the follow-up Pfizer shot than in a control group who only received one AstraZeneca dose. Also, the presence of neutralizing antibodies rose 7-fold after a Pfizer dose, significantly more than the doubling effect observed after a second AstraZeneca shot. So we're asking tonight, is it time for India to undertake trials in a detailed study on mixing vaccines, let's say Covaxin and Covishield or Pfizer and Covishield? Could that enhance the efficacy of the vaccines and help us deal with our vaccine shortage better? Or is this mix and match business a fundamentally bad idea?
पहले तो उसको देख लीजिए कि उसमें वाकई ही वो हुआ है कि एक वैक्सीन पहले लगा फिर दूसरा लग गया। इसमें दो बातें हैं कि पहली तो बात है कि प्रोटोकॉल के हिसाब से हमें हमें सजग रहना है कि ऐसे नहीं हो, बिकॉज दैट इज़ हाउ इट शुड बी कि पहले जो टीका लगे उसी वैक्सीन का दूसरा टीका। लेकिन फिर भी अगर ऐसे हो भी गया है, सर्टेन कर लीजिए उस व्यक्ति को बेसिकली नॉट टू वरी, क्योंकि अगर उस एंटीजन से इम्यूनिटी बनी दूसरे से बनी इतना कोई सिग्निफिकेंट इशू नहीं होना चाहिए। हालांकि इनफैक्ट ये भी कहा जाता है कि बदल के वैक्सीन लगाओ तो इम्यूनिटी ज़्यादा होती है, ऐसी भी बातचीत चली है। तो मैं अश्योर करना चाहूँगा कि परहैप्स देयर इज नो कॉज फॉर कंसर्न टू दैट फैमिली।
All right, let's put those rather complex questions to our panel of experts. We have a terrific panel joining us tonight. Dr. Arvinder Singh Soin, Chairman, Medanta Liver Institute, is with us. Dr. Harsh Mahajan, Chief Radiologist and Founder, Mahajan Imaging, is with us. And completing the panel tonight, Dr. Anil Arora, Chairman, Liver and Gastroenterology Department at Sir Gangaram Hospital. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me. Dr. Soin, let me begin with you. Now, you put out a tweet saying this should be done ASAP, a study on one dose each of Covaxin and Covishield. If found to be safe and effective, it will make logistics easy, yet continue to save lives. Now, why do you believe that mixing of vaccines is a good idea and something that needs to be studied in India? And are you suggesting that if we were to arrive at a conclusion that this is safe, then it could help us manage our vaccine shortage better?
So, Neha, there are two aspects to it. What's it going to mean in the real world? So when you mix vaccines, which means you give two doses of two different vaccines, one after the other, you're basically looking at three things. One is, are they safe? So that's the first thing from the user's point of view, from the person who gets vaccinated. We need to make sure that this combination is safe. The second thing is, are they more effective than two doses of the same vaccine? And the third thing is, of course, do they make logistics easier? The answer is probably yes to the third one. Yes, if we could actually mix and match vaccines, we would be able to get our population vaccinated much sooner, because if one vaccine runs out, you can use the other. And if the safety is proven, then of course it will get, it will get the vaccination done much faster. Now, as you know, this is happening in Europe. It's happening in UK, Spain, France, Germany, Norway. They're trying combinations, and the origin of this trial in all these countries is logistics, because they wanted to make sure that the population gets vaccinated faster. Germany and France actually halted their vaccine program in people older than 55 and 60 as far as Covishield is concerned, and they wanted to give these people a second dose with Pfizer. So if the combination is safe, if it is protecting the person equally well or perhaps even better, and if it eases logistics, then this is definitely worth looking at. And from the immunological angle, it is interesting to note that all the vaccines are basically focusing on the body developing, that's the human body developing antibodies against the spike protein. Spike protein is a part of the virus that attaches to the human cell. And that's what these antibodies are aiming at. So if the ultimate target is the same, and administration of these one after the other combination is safe, then why not? From immunological point of view, the first dose is supposed to be a primer, the second dose is supposed to be a booster, so that afterwards, if the virus comes into the body, there are memory cells, and quickly antibodies are generated, and virus is prevented from multiplying and causing harm. So if they're all doing the same thing, why not use a combination one after the other?
Okay, that's interesting. Certainly, this is something that is happening in a lot of European countries, and Dr. Soin says, why not? It is worth considering and perhaps studying. Dr. Mahajan, if I could come to you. Now, as I mentioned, Dr. Paul, VK Paul, was addressing questions about what happened in Uttar Pradesh recently, and let's be very clear, what happened there, the mixing of Covishield and Covaxin doses, happened purely by accident, and an inquiry was subsequently ordered. However, talking about the merits of undertaking such trials, do you believe there are strong enough arguments in favor of going ahead with it, as is now being recommended not just by Dr. VK Paul but also by Dr. Soin? As I mentioned, a Spanish study recently found that giving a Pfizer dose after an AstraZeneca vaccine is not just safe but effective. Do you think that there is merit in the argument that this could actually enhance the efficacy of the vaccines if we were to undertake such an experiment and trial in India?
Neha, I would agree that there is merit in this argument of mixing and matching. There are several reasons for that. This has been tried earlier, and it's been seen that at times the immunity that you develop when you mix may be better, higher than if the same dose were to be given twice. Two, as has happened in Europe, where after the first dose of AstraZeneca vaccine, several countries decided that they will not give a second dose to a certain age group within the population. So what were they to do? They were in a way stuck after having given the first dose. And that's when they said, let's try this second, a proper trial run, both in Spain as well as in UK. And some of the results are out, as you've yourself mentioned. And after the AstraZeneca vaccine, when they gave the Pfizer vaccine, they saw that the results were much better than what they got. The immune response was many times what they got with 2 AstraZeneca doses. So in a way, this was not serendipity, I would say. This was a proper trial in about 663 individuals that was done in Spain. And so there is nothing wrong in our doing a proper trial in our country, because you're seeing even today that the 2 vaccines that we have currently, one Covaxin, the follow-up dose, the second dose has to be given at 28 days, whereas in AstraZeneca, it is now 3 months, 3 to 4 months for the second dose. And suppose, and we know that Covaxin currently the production is significantly lesser than Covishield. And suppose we've run out of the dose because we, inoculated a large number with the first dose of Covaxin, then when should they get the second dose if it's not really available? That would be the question. And that's why it's important for us to do this study, this trial very quickly. One, from the safety point of view, and two, from the efficacy point of view, because even if it's equally efficacious than as compared to 2 doses of Covaxin, that's good enough, because AstraZeneca vaccine, the Covishield, is available in much larger quantities in the country. So very definitely this should be tried out. And also I would go beyond this and say that these 20 individuals in UP who actually received this dose by mischance, they should also be studied, because we have ready-made subjects with us. Let's study how it is, because we do know what is the kind of immune response we get with 2 doses of Covishield or 2 doses of AstraZeneca. And when this combination, even though it's happened because someone took the wrong decision, there's no harm in studying these individuals further and learning from their experience even before the results of a proper trial come out.
You make some very interesting points. We already have those ready 20 case studies, and going by the reports that we've received so far, they seem to be doing all right. It doesn't look like there's been any adverse effect of them receiving mixed doses of vaccines. Those are the reports that we have at the moment, and you're quite right. We have Covishield supplies outstripping Covaxin supplies at the moment in the country. The Delhi Chief Minister, for example, has repeatedly talked about how Delhi has stocks of Covishield but not Covaxin. Therefore, Dr. Arora, let me come to you at this point. Could, a study of this nature going forward perhaps help us tackle our vaccine shortage better, in addition to maybe enhancing the efficacy of these vaccines? And Dr. Mahajan was right in pointing out that Spain had to do this actually by compulsion, not so much out of a desire for medical innovation. Spain embarked on this study because they were worried about instances of blood clotting that were being reported in young people who had taken AstraZeneca shots. So they wanted to give more of those shots to people over the age of 60, and that's why they experimented with the Pfizer shot, and it seemed to work there. So why can't we make that experiment here in India?
See, the reason you had this concept of mixing and matching, let's try to analyze where has it come from. We've never heard of any other disease other than during pandemic when you need to mix up and match the different vaccination. The very reason that this thing has cropped up is because of the 2 facts. One is you have shortage of the vaccine. Tell me, Neha, if there was no shortage of the vaccine, would anybody ever mix and match? And secondly, there was vaccine hesitancy to begin with all over the world, including the Western world where it was developed, because of the potential side effects primarily in the younger population. And hence, different countries in different parts of the world, including US, Denmark, Sweden, Germany, etc., had their different cutoffs for providing Covishield vaccine, because in younger generation it will produce significant clotting effects, and hence still even today the hesitancy continues. So these are the 2 major issues why we need to mix and match. Now, when you have to come to a point where you need to mix and match, there are 3 important reasons which need to be, 3 important issues which need to be addressed. First is the combination more immunogenic than either alone? We do not have a proof. The only publication we have is from Combivac study from Spain, which, mind you, is an online communication. It is not a complete published trial. And second reason is, are they more reactogenic? That means if you are mixing up the diluents and adjuvant of one vaccine like Covishield with the Pfizer or Moderna, are they more immunogenic? The answer is yes. All these 2 published studies, both Combivac as well as the Comvac studies from UK and Spain, have shown they're certainly more reactogenic. And thirdly, are we sure that homologous versus heterologous prime boosting has different aspects in terms of maintaining the memory cells, which are going to give us lifelong immunity? The answer is no. So it is only because we are forced under the circumstances that we do not have the availability of the vaccine, we are forced to mix and match. As of now, we do not have an established data that mixing of the two will give you more immunogenicity.
Okay.
And the biggest problem in conducting trials in India is the excellent trial like what was done in UK and Spain requires a lot of money. I think same money if we can utilize for ramping up the production or buying the vaccines which are available will serve a much better purpose, because good quality studies being conducted in India will require a lot of money which we do not have.
That is an interesting point. You think, we have limited resources, including financial resources. Let's, channelize those towards ramping up production rather than undertake these kind of experimental trials or studies. Dr. Soin, let me come back to you. Now, clearly, Dr. Arora, as you heard there, is not a fan of mixing and matching of vaccines. He says it is not, there's no proven study that tells us that it is actually a good idea. Now, for the benefit of our viewers, I'm just going to read out a few points that I mentioned at the start of the show about the Spanish study, which is seen as a success story. I'm not sure to what extent that data is available in the public domain. Why is this significant? Why should this give us hope and a reason to go ahead with this study that is being talked about here in India?
So let me put this finding in perspective. Basically, what they found in the lab was that people who had had a mix of these vaccines, first the Covishield and then the Pfizer vaccine, had a lot more antibodies than they had in the data from people who had the same vaccine, 2 doses. So that means two doses of Covishield versus 1 of Covishield plus Pfizer. The antibodies generated in the second combination were much higher. So this could mean protection. But of course, in the real world, what needs to be tested is you have to follow these patients up longitudinally over the next 3 to 6 months and compare them with people who had 2 vaccines, compare the people who had 2 vaccines with people who had 1 vaccine, 2 doses, with people who have had no vaccines at all, and see the rate of infection in all these 3 populations. So, in the real world, when you follow them up for 3 to 6 months, only then you will know how efficacious they have been in comparison to the standard approach of using 2 doses of the same vaccine. In terms of immunology, it's a little complex to discuss for lay public, but basically all this means is that the first dose of Covishield caused the body to generate some response. The priming of the immune system happened. And when the Pfizer vaccine was injected in this individual, who had already been primed by the Covishield, this led to a booster response which was much higher than getting a second dose of the same vaccine. Now, this could be because of a couple of reasons. One is that Covishield focuses on 2 separate areas of the spike protein, whereas the Pfizer vaccine focuses on some other areas of the spike protein. So the combined effect seems to have generated more antibodies. But for the common person, it's okay to understand that this is an encouraging trend. That means a combination gives you good amount of antibodies. So as long as it is safe, and this study showed that it was quite safe to use the combination, in the long term, it may prove more efficacious than 2 doses of the same vaccine.
All right. Thank you for demystifying that for us and our viewers, Dr. Soin. Dr. Mahajan, 2 quick questions for you. Let's quickly look at some of the side effects that were reported following the study in Spain and in the United Kingdom. In Spain, just 1.7% of the participants reported severe side effects, which were largely limited to headaches, muscle pain, general malaise. In the UK mix and match study, there were reports of mild or moderate symptoms such as headaches or chills. Now, I think it would be safe to say that these are very similar to, the side effects that people have experienced here in India after getting even 1 dose of Covishield or Covaxin. Therefore, this should not be a deterrent for us. What is your take on that? And also very quickly, I'd like you to respond to what Dr. Arora said, that, we are not United States, we're not United Kingdom, we have limited resources. Should we not be focusing on ramping up production of our desperately needed vaccines instead of spending money and limited resources on these kind of experiments?
Neha, let me take this one by one. First is about the side effects. And the side effects in Spain, what they found was that the side effects are similar to what they would have found otherwise if 2 injections of the same vaccine had been given. Whereas in the UK, what they've reported, the initial report, is that they found that people who were given the combination actually had more chance of getting headache, fever, and chills and body ache as compared to people given the same vaccine twice. So, but these were not of any major concern. So I would say between the combination and taking the same one, as far as side effects goes, there is not much of a difference. There was no serious side effect that was seen when the combination was given. Something similar to what has happened in UP, where everyone is fine. Those 20 people who got the second jab of Covaxin instead of Covishield, they're all fine. It was safe. Now, coming to the point which Dr. Arora made, and it's a valid point, that should the money be spent in ramping up production, I think that that money will come from some other kitty. That, and also ramping up of production is going to take a few months. Whereas currently, if one of the 2 vaccines is in shortage, and especially if Covaxin is in shortage, and if we can show that with Covishield as the second dose and Covaxin as the first dose, we get a robust immune response which is equal or nearly equal. It would be wonderful if it is higher than 2 shots of Covaxin. Then I think with the availability of Covishield being much easier, much higher, it would be a godsend for us, at least in the next month and a half, 2 months. Of course, it will take some time to conduct that study.
Yes.
But if we get that result as quickly as possible, and it may not be so expensive in running a quick trial, even in Delhi, where, both of these are being used, I think it would be useful. Of course, a lot of money needs to be spent in ramping up, and there are multiple companies, but ramping up for these 2 companies may be easy, but for other companies to come in and start manufacturing, it's going to be several months, 6 months at the very least. And again, I'll conclude by saying that the Sputnik V is a combination vaccine.
Okay.
The 2 doses are different from each other. So you do not give this dose 1 is different from dose 2. So to begin with, it's a combination vaccine, which we've already started injecting in our country.
Absolutely.
And so there is science behind the combination. And of course, the cellular response, how different that'll be, that we will know with time as more studies are done and these same patients are seen over time.
Absolutely. You're right in pointing out that we're already administering Sputnik V vaccines here in India, and production of those vaccines is also set to begin come August or September right here in India. And I'm glad you talked about how ramping up of production could take 6 months or longer, because just today we had Union Minister Prakash Javadekar make a very tall claim that by December 2021, the entire population of India is going to be fully vaccinated. And the question everyone's been asking since this morning is exactly how. But I guess we will leave that for another debate. I will go back to Dr. Arora at this point for his closing remarks on this. Dr. Arora, as has been pointed out by the other 2 doctors on the panel, of course, we're not suggesting that anyone be forced to become guinea pigs the way those poor 20 villages in UP accidentally became guinea pigs in what was an unintended experiment. But if a lot of experts believe that there is merit in the argument that this study should be taken forward because in the long run it could help us enhance our immunity, enhance the efficacy of the vaccines that are already being used, and perhaps it also helps us address the acute vaccine shortage that we are facing, then what is the harm? We're not saying start doing it right away. The suggestion is, what's the harm in undertaking a study, because it has shown us, going by what's happened in certain Western countries, that it could yield favorable results. So what's the harm?
Yeah, you see, it is important to understand, if you look at the vehicle which is delivered by both the vaccine to induce immune response is the same. It is a spike protein. The methodology of delivery of the spike protein within the cell by which the immune system responds is different. Ultimately, it is the spike protein to which the body responds. Now, there is a problem of logistic. If you have enough vaccine to give both, then you can, which one would you use first? Suppose you give first, as Dr. Mahajan said, Covishield. Then if you look at the literature, the second dose needs to be given to give the best result after 12 weeks. So would you wait for 12 weeks? Or you would prefer to have 2 doses of the Covaxin which are to be administered at an interval.
But shouldn't a detailed study give us answers to those questions? Dr. Arora?
Yeah. So, yeah, what was the question?
You think, how do we know which vaccine to administer first and which one to second? Will a detailed study and trial not give us those answers?
This detailed study, see, if we are convinced about the utility of the combination vaccine from the well-established studies from abroad, why do we need to do our own? We should simply say it is good enough result. Most of the time, we believe what has been published in the Western world. If we are convinced that it is efficacious, it does not have side effects, and it gives you better or maybe equally good results, then we should apply it. Okay. Then why is it that the US authorities, UK authorities, and even our Dr. V.K. Paul has initiated an inquiry into the people who have used this combination vaccine? Why is it that we are sticking on to those schedules? That is still, there is not enough proof. It is only the force of the circumstances which is pushing us to that.
Okay, some cynics might even suggest that he felt compelled to cover up what happened in Uttar Pradesh and therefore suggested that maybe it's time for us in India to undertake this trial. But on a more serious note, you are right in pointing out there's a contradiction. An inquiry has been ordered, and at the same time, we are being told that it is absolutely safe. So I think the opinion amongst doctors on our panel on this entire issue is divided at the moment. But of course, one thing that we can all agree on is that vaccination is the only way ahead for India, and how we're going to vaccinate the maximum people possible in the quickest possible time is really what we all need to focus on at this moment. And therefore, should we have more of these studies going forward? Because even though, as Dr. Arora mentioned, that some studies have been undertaken in Western countries, I don't think any other country can undertake a study on whether Covaxin and Covishield should be mixed and matched, because these are, remember, India-made vaccines. Well, whether this is actually going to be undertaken, we will have to wait and watch. But I would like to thank our panel, Dr. Mahajan, Dr. Soin and Dr. Arora, for joining us on the show and sharing their valued perspective and time with our viewers and answering those questions. Thank you so much. And thanks to the viewers for watching.